Despite Sunday's rain, more is needed to ease drought conditions. More than half of Minnesota is experiencing drought, and the Twin Cities is currently more than 2 inches below normal rainfall for the month of June. Maple Grove officials say the drought is straining local water supplies. Reporter Sonia Goen shows us why the water woes could impact other cities too.
There are many dried up lawns in the Northwest Metro, but that might not be such a bad thing.
The nice thing about the rain that we got yesterday is that we noticed a significant drop in the amount of water we had to produce.
Maple Grove water pumps work a little harder when it's hot and dry. Last week, the pumps were working more frequently to keep up with demand. The city's system has the capability to push out about 34 million gallons in a day.
Last week, we were producing anywhere between I'd say 19 million to 24 million gallons in a day.
The city has 2 water towers and 2 underground reservoirs. However, one of the water towers is offline for routine maintenance.
The high demand, not having the additional storage that we would have in this tank right here for the time being, those can put a strain on the system, yes.
Osseo, parts of Dayton, and Corcoran are also impacted by the issue because Maple Grove also supplies water to those cities.
In these drier, hotter stretches like we've been having, everybody's trying to irrigate their lawns, including Corcoran and Dayton and Osseo, so yeah, it puts a little bit more stress on our system.
Maple Grove is reaching out to residents who do a lot of lawn watering, asking them to cut back.
Try to minimize watering during the middle of the day. So we're trying to say limit your watering for to water before 10 a.m. in the morning or after 6 p.m. at night. You don't have to water every day.
There are currently no water restrictions at this time in the city, but that could change if our drought continues.
We can't forecast what's going to happen next week.
In Maple Grove, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
The Maple Grove Water Tower should be back in service by the second week of July. Charges are expected against a 64-year-old Brooklyn Center man accused of killing a Robbinsdale woman and causing a 10-hour police standoff before his arrest. Authorities say 48-year-old Lori Deathridge died of a gunshot wound to her head. Police conducted a welfare check and found her body at her Robbinsdale home. Robbinsdale police eventually arrested her ex-husband, but not before a lengthy standoff that ended late Friday night at his Brooklyn Center home. The victim had just gotten remarried 5 days before she was killed. As we went to air Monday afternoon, the suspect remained in police custody pending charges. Authorities have identified a pedestrian struck and killed by a vehicle Friday night in Brooklyn Park. The incident happened shortly before 10:30 p.m. Friday near 85th Avenue North and Stratford Lane. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner says 21-year-old William Todd died a short time later despite life-saving attempts by first responders. Police say the driver remained at the scene and is cooperating with the investigation. Bicycling spiked during the pandemic, but the increased popularity made it more challenging to get bikes and bike parts. Despite those challenges, a local cycling retailer has now expanded to Plymouth in a prime location for beer enthusiasts. The Twin Cities have an abundance of bike paths. And in the West Metro, perhaps none is more popular than the 63-mile-long Loose Line Trail.
Probably the most popular and most used trail. We see walkers, rollerbladers, skateboarders, and of course, cyclists.
For years, those cyclists haven't had a convenient place to go in the Plymouth area to have their bikes serviced. That is, until now. They just have to be on the lookout for the wooden sign that alerts them to the presence of Trailhead Cycling.
Who builds a retail business in an industrial park that really can't be seen by a major thoroughway? Well, Trailhead does.
Drew Frakes is the manager of Plymouth's new Trailhead Cycling location.
Because that one's all about the comfort.
This independent bike store is a one-stop shop known for sales, repairs, and customer service. Its opening was months in the making.
The pandemic has been a challenge. We had more delays than we could have ever possibly imagined, so it's a long time coming.
A long time coming thanks to the supply chain difficulties facing the industry.
The industry as a whole is having a very hard time meeting demand.
Some experts estimate that it may be more than a year before inventory is back to normal levels.
Right now, we've got a clear docket for repairs, and we've got some fresh product in, whether it's bikes, whether it's parts, or whether it's accessories.
Yes.
It's also conveniently located next to Loose Line Brewing.
We're not going to be shy about leveraging having a brew pub as a neighbor.
That close proximity to cold beer comes much to the delight of customers.
It's just a great way to go. Have a beer, walk around, know that your bike's getting serviced.
The combination of beer and bicycles is an easy way to build camaraderie, while giving cyclists in this area an easy excuse to explore what nature has to offer.
This is just a crazy enough idea might work.
A local gun club says the popularity of shooting sports is rapidly growing. Kids at the Plymouth Gun Club recently had the opportunity to practice trap and skeet shooting with police officers. The event has been going on for the last 5 years. Event organizer Randall Baker says the police usually face a tough competition in clay shooting from kids who practice several days a week.
They're usually pretty impressed with the quality of the shooting of these youth. You know, they're just have finished their spring program. They shoot quite a bit, and man, I tell you, they are really, really good shooters out there. So it's quite a little competition.
Baker says there are 35 kids at Wayzata High School shooting trap and 18 shooting skeet, and another 20 in the middle school program. He estimates there's now more than 12,000 youth participants throughout the state.
The state golf tournaments wrapped up last week. Our final CCX Sports Spotlight of the 2020-21 school year focuses on a sister trio that helped the Maple Grove girls golf team to an outstanding season. The golf season and the state tournament meant some quality family time for the Contreras sisters of Maple Grove. Senior Lauren and her younger sisters, twin sophomores Maria and Julia, made up half of the Crimson lineup for state.
It's been such a fun ride this season as a senior this year. It's been so enjoyable to play alongside with my sisters on the course and especially have a sense of competitive in the house that pushes us to do better, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to play alongside with my sisters this year.
Yeah, it's been so fun. We are always able to go practice together and spend so much time together on and off the course. It's just been such a fun ride, and we really enjoy it.
It's been a fun ride. It's been nice to have an older sister and then nice to have someone right alongside you. Just both right on behind your back, on your back, I guess the whole time.
Maple Grove has a close-knit and talented group of players, and the Contreras sisters are valued for more than just their scores.
It's just been amazing. It's so exciting to watch them play and how well they get along as sisters, and you'll see them out on the course during practice where one is helping the other or has something to say about playing the shot. But they're fantastic girls, great student athletes.
With Lauren finishing second, Julia fifth, and Maria sixth, Maple Grove overwhelmed the competition to win the Section 5 3A tournament by a whopping 84 strokes.
We were a little surprised after the first day on how many strokes we were leading by, and then leading into the second day, we had so much confidence going into it, and we just all felt like we were there together, I guess. And then when we found out we won, I guess, we kind of had a feeling we were gonna be able to get to the state tournament, but when we found out that we won, we were just so surprised by how many strokes we won by.
There's no doubt that Lauren is the best player of the Contreras sisters right now, but that doesn't mean her little sisters never beat her.
Yeah, we have. We actually beat her out here one time this year, and both of us did, and a couple other rounds. But sometimes it can bother her, but other times she's fine with it.
While they've had a solid program, this is the first Maple Grove squad to qualify for the State Girls Golf Tournament as a team. It's a point of pride.
It's It's been super special to have that marked in history for our school, and especially having it be with my sisters and some of my friends that I've grown up playing with has been super fun. To be one of the first teams for Maple Grove to make it as a team to the state tournament is super exciting.
I started the team when the high school opened, and this is the first time that we've been able to go to the state tournament. And we've had individuals qualify before, but to send the whole team, and they've worked so hard this season. We were undefeated in all of our matches, and really did well at section, so we deserve to be here.
After wrapping up play in her third state tournament, Lauren will play college golf at St. Thomas.
It's going to be fun going into a new program that's going to be transitioning to Division I, and I've talked to a few girls out there, and I'm super excited to meet some new girls and play at a higher level and be able to travel and meet new people at a competitive level, and I'm excited to see all those new courses and play together as a team.
The future looks bright for the Crimson, with several talented young returners in addition to Maria and Julia. But this one last season together will always be special for the Contreras sisters. Maple Grove placed second behind Alexandria in the state girls tournament, with Lauren placing 12th, Julia 41st, and Maria 55th. The Maple Grove boys won the state Class 3A title.